Hey everyone, this is Elder 360 coming at you one more time with the highest wisdom in the universe. I have a very interesting subject to discuss today, and that subject is how did this universe manifest? How did space and all of this material matter, this spiritual and physical matter, how did it get its existence in the universe? Now, no matter can exist without space or room. No matter. Think about it. Could you exist if there wasn't any room for you to exist? It's a beautiful day out here today. The sun couldn't even exist if it wasn't no space. The water that you see now couldn't exist if it wasn't no space or room for it to exist. The pets we have, the cars we drive, the houses or the homes we live in couldn't even exist if there wasn't any room for them to exist. So this is the fact that the Creator made me pay attention to. No physical or spiritual matter can exist if there's no room or space for it to exist. So if that is true, which it is, this means that energy can be created. They have in many textbooks, they teach in science that energy cannot be created nor destroyed. But matter cannot exist without space. This is what the Creator brought to my attention. No matter can exist if there isn't any space. I can't stress that enough when it comes down to explaining the way the intelligence that governs the entire universe revealed to me the truth about how matter get into space, how all physical and spiritual matter get its existence in the universe. Now, here is what brings up a problem. Anytime you bring a concept that says that entity that has the ability to reason, think, make a decision, create an idea, create laws, statute, judgments, and commandments didn't exist at one time. Because it is a living, creating form of energy. Intelligence is a living, creating form of energy. It lives, it creates, and it is a form of energy. And matter cannot exist without space. Think about it. This is what the Creator brought to my attention. And it made sense to me. But my question is, how is energy created if matter cannot exist without space? Where is the logics? Where is the facts that proves without a shadow of a doubt how the universe manifested? I was sitting meditating on the Creator, and I asked the Creator to show me how it got its existence in the universe. That was the last question I asked. The Creator had taught me about the willpower, showed me that it is the only entity that make things manifest or materialize, taught me about vibrations, showing me that vibrations are the only entities in the universe that gives every living thing their feelings, thought patterns, attractions, and urges to do. You can't have a positive or negative feeling, thought pattern, attraction, or urge to do anything if the vibration isn't in your presence. Creator taught me about intelligence. Showed me that intelligence is an entity, like everything else in the universe is an entity, and its role in the universe is the only entity that's able to reason, think, make a decision, or create an idea. That's what God is. God exists as a form of intelligence. You can't see intelligence with the human eye, but you can see intelligence through reasoning with universal facts. And this is my gift. God has given me universal facts to actually teach people, to show them the natural mechanics of the universe. The Creator showed me about focusing or concentrating. Revealed to me that that action is the only action that causes things to manifest faster. All of your dreams and desires manifest faster when you can stay focused upon them. The Creator taught me about the law of repetition. Showed me that it is the only entity in the universe that causes all things in the universe to repeat the same basic patterns over and over and over again. The Creator taught me about the law for every action. There is an equal and opposite reaction. Revealed to me that that law is the only entity that makes it possible for us to prepare the things that we reap. The Creator taught me about reincarnation. Showed me the facts that prove that reincarnation is as natural and normal as our breathing. The Creator showed me two illustrations, or revealed two illustrations to me that proves that it is mind over matter. The Creator revealed one illustration to me to show how the future of an individual or group of people is created automatically. The only way our future can be created, a group of people or one individual. The Creator revealed to me a fact that actually proved that we are little gods. And those are the subjects that the Creator taught me without a book. No book was used, only creation and facts that is true throughout the universe was used. And to express how the universe manifested from nothing into what it is now. When you want to see nothing, I'm talking about darkness. Darkness was the first entity to exist. But it's difficult for you to actually fathom that without two universal facts. And we'll just get started because most people can't think further than the Creator being in existence and everything stemming from the Creator. But everything that's created from ideas or visions basically stems from the Creator. But the Creator is a living, creating form of energy. Energy is matter, and matter cannot exist without space. I say this with authority because this is what was revealed to me. There isn't anything learned by men or women before they studied something in creation. There isn't anything written down in a book before man or woman studied something in creation. There's no living thing that know anything before they study something in creation. So creation is the best book. And creation is the book the Creator taught me how to read. Now, let's get started with some universal facts. Reasoning with universal facts is different than reasoning with facts that is not true throughout the universe. We have some facts about how different machines work, how different laws work, and everything, but they are not true throughout the universe. I can know how to fix an air conditioner, automobile. There's some facts about that. But those facts are not true throughout the universe. So what we are going to deal with, we're going to deal with nothing but facts that's true throughout the universe and creation to express this particular illustration. Now let's look at creation, no book or anything. All creations that exist in a variety must begin from one of those entities first. If you are making a car engine, you must start off with one part first. There was one man and woman. This is what the Creator was bringing to my attention. You have to make one action before you can make two. Everything that is made up of a variety of entities must begin from one entity first. If we was told that we could get $1 billion if we could show something that exists in a variety that didn't begin from one of them first, nobody could get one dime. So that is the first 360-degree fact that the Creator brought to my attention. And it made perfectly clear sense to me. Now the second 360-degree fact is this. There's an opposite to everything. There's a right, wrong, positive, negative, up, down, left, right, space, matter, hot, cold, wet, dry, motion, stillness, awareness, unawareness. There's an opposite to everything. Motion, stillness, they're the opposite of each other. One must exist before the other because there are two entities and everything begins from one entity. So out of the positive and the negative, one must exist before the other. Because everything starts from one. Out of the opposites, those two entities, one must exist before the other, and that's what the Creator brought to my attention. And it made perfectly clear sense to me. So this spells out the fact that the original entity has within itself the ability to repel or create its own opposite naturally, without any thought process or anything. And that is the key to finding out how the universe manifested from nothing, from one entity into what it is now. If the Creator told us we can get $1 billion if we can show something created by any living thing that existed before nothing, or show some material matter existed before space, it'd be impossible to do. So, the Creator revealed to me that there are 7 different forms that this universe is made up of. Out of the trillions of things this universe is made up of, it only consists of 7 different entities. And here are the entities. First, there was nothing, which is darkness. Second, there was space. Third, there was intelligence. 4, 5, 6, and 7, it was earth, air, fire, and water. Now, one of these entities must exist before the other. The only thing that can exist without something willing it to exist is nothing. Now, if we want to identify nothing, we must identify nothing as being darkness. Remember, this universe is made up of a variety of entities. Can you think of any creation created or made by any living thing that existed before darkness? No. So, everything in the universe is an entity, like each grain of sand is one individual thing. Darkness is one individual thing. Space is one individual thing. Intelligence is one individual thing. Earth, air, fire, and water are individual entities, elements. Earth is the different solids everything is made up of. Air is the different gases and everything created. Fire is a different amount of heat within everything. Water is the moistures or liquids in everything. Out of these 7 different entities, one must exist before the other. The only thing that can exist without something willing it to exist is nothing, which is darkness. Remember, the original form has within itself the ability to repel or create its own opposite. So darkness had to give off its opposite, which was space. The reason why room, space, or room has to exist second is because without space or room, matter wouldn't have a place to exist. Intelligence, earth, air, fire, and water wouldn't have a place to be because intelligence is a living, creating form of energy, and energy can't exist without space. So space or room has to exist before any form of matter. Now, the scientists say this universe is constantly expanding, and the Creator revealed to me why that is so. Because darkness is giving off its opposite, which is space, which is causing the expansion at this present moment. As I speak, the universe is constantly expanding. Now, that makes perfectly clear sense. Matter cannot exist without space, and the universe is constantly expanding. Why? The reason why is because darkness is giving off its opposite, which is space. Scientists say they can see new forms of matter being formed into this universe at the rate of 7 million tons a second. 7 million tons a second. But they can't figure out, why is this occurring? Why is this happening? The reason why is because there's a reaction to every action. When darkness gave off its opposite, which was space, space has to give off its opposite, which is matter. This is why they are able to see new forms of matter just materializing, just appearing at the rate of 7 million tons a second. And this is what the Creator revealed to me, which made it perfectly clear to me why they are able to see this through their telescopes. They say that this matter don't have any motion at first, but all of a sudden it began to move. It is still at first. And the reason why that is so is what the Creator revealed to me is this. When space gave off its opposite, which was matter, this matter couldn't have any motion nor creative ability at first, because all motion in creation must start from a still point first. Stillness and motion is the opposite of each other. This is what the Creator made me pay attention to. There are two different entities. One must exist before the other. Out of stillness and motion, one must exist before the other. Stillness always exists before motion. Everything is vibrating now, but everything must start off from a still point. So when space gave off its opposite, which was matter, this matter couldn't have any motion nor creative ability at first, simply because all motion and all creation start from a still point. Now this matter has to repel its opposite within itself. The opposite of matter with no motion and no creative ability is matter with all motion and all creative ability. So this is why scientists are able to see this matter still at first and it began to move, because it repels its opposite within itself. Now that matter that has all motion and all creative ability, remember, the opposite of matter with no motion and creative ability, according to the thing this universe is made up of, is matter with all motion and all creative ability, which is a form of intelligence. This is how the Creator got his existence in the universe. That entity that's able to reason, think, make a decision, or create an idea, this is how that entity materialized into the universe. Then that entity that has the ability to reason, think, make a decision, or create an idea, that entity that has all motion and all creative ability created its opposite. According to the thing this universe is made up of, the opposite of matter with all motion and all creative ability is matter with no motion and creative ability of their own. Earth, air, fire, and water didn't give themselves their motion and creative ability. They got their motion and creative ability from that entity that has all motion and creative ability, which is a form of intelligence. Earth is the different solids everything is made up of. I mean, Earth is the solids that everything is made up of. Air is the gases that exist in everything created. Fire is a different amount of heat within everything that is created. Water is the different moistures or liquids in everything that is created. Earth, air, fire, and water, solid, liquid, gases, and heat, didn't give themselves their own motion and creative ability. They got their motion and creative ability from that entity that has the ability to formulate the idea, to create the idea, and will for that idea to be. So the abilities that earth, air, fire, and water has, solid, liquid, gases, and heat has, they didn't give themselves that ability. They got it from a form of intelligence, which is God. Then that intelligence took those four elements and made many things from, and placed a part of itself in everything that it made. We are made of 5 different entities. So much solid, liquid, gases, heat, and intelligence. The grass has so much solid, liquid, gases, heat, and a certain amount of intelligence. The birds, even the water has a certain amount of solid, liquid, gases, and heat in it. The water itself. And this is what the Creator showed me. The birds are made of so much earth, air, fire, water, and intelligence. Yes. The planet Earth is made of earth, air, fire, water, and intelligence. Now, this is real. This is how the universe manifested from nothing, which is darkness, repelling its opposite, which is space, space repelling its opposite, which is matter. Remember, no matter can exist without space. Now that matter couldn't have any motion nor creative ability at first, because all motion and all creation must start from a still point. Then that matter with no motion and no creative ability at first repelled its opposite within itself, which formed into matter with all motion and all creative ability, which is the entity that we call God. It is the only entity in the universe that has the ability to reason, think, make a decision, or create an idea. But even as I speak at this present moment, darkness is giving off its opposite, which is space. The universe is constantly expanding. Space is giving off its opposite, which is matter, with no motion or creative ability. And that matter is constantly manifesting into new forms of intelligence. And it has the ability to reason, think, make a decision, or create an idea. But here's the kicker. Unawareness must exist before awareness. The first form of intelligence to exist in the universe, it was revealed to me that it was unaware. And after zillions of years, it became aware. So aware until it can show us the natural mechanics of the universe. And this is what we must do. We must depend on that intelligence that has all wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Now, I pray to that intelligence that governs the entire universe for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and this is the type of information that I receive. There's nobody on this planet can show you some matter that can exist without space. Can nobody show you something created or made by any living thing before darkness existed? Just think of a human being that created something before darkness. We created in the image and likeness of God. Right? Everything that is the same image and likeness has the same basic functioning. That's why I say that. And the reason I say that is because it is a universal fact that God gave me. Everything that look alike and is alike has the same basic functionings. God visualized its creations before it created their creation. We visualize our creation before we create it or make it. God will for its creations to be before the creation can manifest. We must will for the creation to exist before the creation can manifest. We have the same basic functioning. To prove it to yourself. Try to find two things that look alike and is alike, that doesn't function basically alike. And you will see what I'm saying is 100%. If we are created in the image and likeness of God, that means we have the same basic functioning as God. Everybody is somebody. Everybody has power. But everybody, not everybody, but the majority of the people have been taught that they don't have any power. They have a will power. The action of willing is what makes everything manifest. And this is how God proves it to me. And this is why I say, can't nothing happen if you're not willing for anything to happen. Just reason with creation. Look at what you see. Every tree you see is one individual thing. That's the main fact that you must realize. Every human being is one individual human being. Every atom, proton, neutron, electron, quark, least is a strain, is one individual thing. The action of willing for something to be is one individual action. And that's without a shadow of a doubt. Now, I never looked at it like that before. I used to look at the will as being my determination, how hard I try, the effort I put forth, the act of telling somebody to do something. I never looked at it as being one individual thing. But God showed me it's impossible to find anything in the universe that's not one individual thing with a purpose that it serves. If God said we could get $1 billion right now, you can become a billionaire. Just show something that's not one individual thing. This universe is made up of entities. They work in harmony together, but they are entities. They are one individual thing. Now, the second universal fact is this. The action of willing for a creation to exist must always exist before the creation itself, every time. Think about it. Before you make a cup of coffee, you got the will to make that cup of coffee. Before you drive your car, you got the will to get in it and drive it. You got a will to put the key in the ignition. You got a will to turn the key. You got a will to put your feet on the brake, your foot on the brake. You got a will to put your foot on the gas. And then you got a will to go where you're going. There isn't a time in our life when the action of willing is not being used by us. We are willing for something, positive or negative, to happen. We are willing for something to happen or something not to happen. There isn't a time in our life. That's what's fascinating to me. Even from a child, from a baby, there isn't a time that we are not willing for something to be, because nothing can exist until something will it to happen. And that really fascinated me. So let's add these two facts up. If God said, I'll give everybody $1 billion, you can be a billionaire right now instantly if you can show me something created or made by any living thing before that living thing willed it to be. Nobody get one dime. So let's add these two universal facts up and watch what the facts say, not what I'm saying, but watch what the facts cause you to conclude. If everything is one individual thing, this means the action of us willing for something positive or negative to be is one individual action. And if before anything is created, the action of willing must be used first every time, this proves the action of willing is a separate action, has its own purpose, and its only purpose is to make things manifest or materialize. So when we will for something positive or negative to be for another, We are using the only force in the universe that causes that positive or negative thing to materialize or manifest. Now, the third and final fact is this. Everything created by the Creator exists in a variety. Let's look at creation again. We're not using the book. We're using the thing that everything that's in a book come from creation. Like I said, you can't find nothing written down in a book that's not referring to something in creation, even if it's fantasy. It's in the minds of the ones that write it's in creation. So creation is the best book if you know how to read it. So we're just going to keep reading creation. When we look at the sand on the ground, there's a variety of them. When we see the trees, there's a variety of them. Birds, there's a variety. Planets, there's a variety. Life on other planets is a variety. You know, everything created by the Creator exists in a variety. Got a variety of animals, no matter what it is. So if we was told we could get $1 billion if we can show anything created by the Creator that doesn't exist in a variety, nobody get one dime. Nobody. So this means the action of willing exists in a variety.